Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Gaming. I'm Nathan, and today I'm going to tell you if this game's worth your time and bandwidth.
Today's game is Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. Elder Scrolls in everything but name. Is this Arthurian dark fantasy the next big open world RPG? Well, let's find out. Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon is the third game with the name Tainted Grail, after a deck builder, which I already reviewed, and a board game, which I kickstarted like half a decade ago. It's an open world Bethesda-style RPG with an emphasis on exploration, story, and plenty of grim dark. Camelot, that's with a K like Mortal Kombat, has fallen, with a ghastly fall called the Weird, with a Y, settling over the land at nightfall and threatening to turn everybody into monsters. Upon escaping a Red Death asylum, you are possessed by the soul of King Arthur, who failed to save the land and whose round table knights are all tyrants. He wants you to bring his soul together to try and save Camelot, though others may wish to end Arthur's failed cycle once and for all. The world and premise are frankly much more interesting than the actual story. Seeing classic Arthurian legends being twisted and corrupt is fun, but the story itself is just enough. Gameplay-wise, this isn't Elder Scrolls Light. You have 3 maps to explore, each with hidden dungeons, tons of quests, monsters to kill, and secrets to uncover. You can either do main quests or just wander around to make your own fun, and there's a bunch of side quests to do as well. Added bonus, if you go out at night, everything gets harder, but adds randomized loot to acquire should you be brave. Combat is a similar first-person affair, though Grail adds some fantastic improvements. You have a dedicated dodge button, which makes melee combat much more dynamic, as well as the ability to perfect parry almost every attack. Parrying a human enemy enough times and their stamina will drain, opening them up to execution, meaning a parry master can dominate. In addition to the usual melee and ranged weapons with enhancements and modifiers, you also have magic spells, which include summons, offensive magic, healing magic, and more. The game lets you hot swap 4 arsenals to switch at any time, meaning multi-classing is extremely easy and recommended. Leveling is like a hybrid of Oblivion and Fallout. You have tons of individual things that level up on their own, from cooking to crafting to 200 swords, and as they level, they not only get better, but they also give you XP, and XP is also earned by quests, killing enemies, and so on. Leveling lets you invest 1 point in a stat boost, as well as a constellation-style skill tree, though unlike Skyrim, they aren't gated in any way, meaning you have a lot more freedom to make broken combos. The world itself has some absolutely incredible art design, leaning heavily into its corrupted nobility angle, and the designers clearly loved enormous derelict statues and grand castles fallen into decay. And that's really Tainted Grail. I've often wondered why nobody copies Bethesda's RPG format, and yet here we are. So what I like about Tainted Grail? Well, the combat and freedom of build crafting here are really refreshing, with the dodge and parry mechanics making melee combat actually engaging, and the large number of unique gear and insane number of skill trees lets you combo into some crazy stuff. Additionally, there's a surprising number of branching paths, as well as borderline immersive sim levels of circumventing some quests. You can almost always betray a major faction at any time or ally with them, with resounding consequences, and it makes the world feel more interconnected. And lastly, this game absolutely hooked me in the way an Elder Scrolls game does, which is what I want from this kind of thing. I want to explore every cave, do every quest, and make every possible broken build imaginable. It scratches that same itch very well, and even after just platinuming the Oblivion remaster. When it comes to the bad, this game's technical state is kind of a mess. Graphical glitches aside, the game crashed fairly often on PC and PS5. Turn on autosave to 1 minute, just trust me. And the frame rate was mostly a suggestion on pretty much any system. Additionally, the game's balance is just all over the place. I found a weapon early on that made the entire first map a cakewalk, but entering map 2, everything would just 1 or 2 shot me. You can tweak the difficulty at any time, which is nice, but overall, its pacing is just bad. And lastly, there's a lot of AA jank here, even aside from the glitches. While the art design rules, the graphics themselves are only just okay technically, the writing ranges from passable to lame, and the lack of enemy diversity really starts to wear on you halfway through map 2. As you know, I rate games here on a 3-point scale, must play, maybe consider, and don't bother, and Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon is a fantastic, if rough, little Elder Scrolls clone. I was honestly extremely impressed by not only this game's great art direction, but also how fun the combat was, and how well it hooked me like Oblivion or Skyrim. What's making me hesitate to say go out and buy it right away is the fact that it's currently very buggy, and has a lot of rough edges that still need polish. Despite this, if you can tolerate that, I still think it's absolutely worth playing if you enjoy Bethesda-style RPGs at all. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you played Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon, I've been following this one since early access, and the full release kind of snuck up on me, and it's been a bit of a treat. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and regardless, go out there, and if you like Bethesda RPGs, give this one a look.